Hey, I'm Scott Cole, and in this video I want to cover some trouble shots that you might be faced out on the golf course at any time. I just happen to be standing in a bunker, but this is focused on this downhill lie that you can get from time to time when you're out in the fairway or out in anywhere on the golf course where there's some slope to it. So to hit this shot, what we want to do is basically make sure that we develop a solid foundation with our stance. We're going to get the ball a little bit further back in our stance, and we're also going to tilt our shoulders to match the slope. So all you're really going to do from there then is you might want to choke up on the club to have a little better control. But all we're going to do is basically swing the club with the slope. And you definitely just want to end up getting your momentum going a little bit forward as well. You're going to be swinging down that slope. You definitely got to be sure that you get that weight shift over, because if you hang back, then you're going to either hit behind the ball or you're going to top it. So basically you want to work on this idea. Get the ball a little further back in your stance, tilt the shoulders to match the slope, choke up on the club a little bit, and then make a swing to match the slope. And also with this shot, the tendency is that the ball might squirt out to the right a touch. So you probably want to aim a little bit to the left of your target, more so than you normally would, and allow for a little bit of a fade, because when you come into the ball more steeply, you're not going to get the hands released as easily, so the club face is going to be a little bit more open at impact than normal. So that's going to cause some left to right spin. You're going to hit a fade if you're a right-handed player. Now another idea, and this is very similar, is if you get the ball below your feet, you're going to have the same action coming into the ball. The club face, you're coming in a little bit steeper with your swing path, so the club face is likely going to be open. So you got to get yourself probably aligned a little bit more to the left. Now here you got to make sure that you probably flex your knees a little bit more so that you can be sure you get down to the ball. You want to grip up on the club because the ball is below your feet. We got to make sure that we get down to the ball. So the key to this particular stance is to make sure that we maintain our spine angle and our knee flexion into impact so that we can make solid contact. So in this regard, you know, you're going to have the ball position normal as far as in the middle of your stance, depending on what club you're using, a wedge on up to a mid-iron. Keep it in the middle of your stance. You don't need it to have it more forward. You don't need it to have it more backward. Grip up on the club, closer to the top of the grip. Get your stance nice and low, more knee flex. And then just make your normal swing, but make sure that you're lined up a little bit more to the left to allow for that left to right spin that's likely going to occur with this shot, because it's a lot harder to get the hands released when you're coming in too steep. So keep those thoughts in mind with those particular stances, and in another video we're going to cover the opposite, your upsloping lie and then your side slope with the ball above your feet. So we'll see you in that video.